Shadow Attorney General Edward O'Donoghue has written to former Justice Jennifer Coate, who's chairing the inquiry, asking for Premier Daniel Andrews and his former Health Minister Jenny Mikakos to be recalled and questioned over their conflicting statements. Now, Ms Mikakos quit on Saturday after Daniel Andrews named her as the minister responsible for the failed hotel quarantine program. But when she fronted the inquiry the day before, she said under oath that her department was not in charge and the program was run under a model of shared accountability. Now, Mr O'Donoghue has told Sky News host Peter Credlin that this is the biggest public policy disaster in Victoria's history.
In our system of democracy that we are so lucky to have and enjoy, ultimately ministers are responsible when things go terribly wrong. And it's simply not good enough, and it's not an excuse to say, I didn't know. What were these ministers doing? Were they asleep at the wheel while the hotel quarantine fiasco ran loose without them knowing? I mean, that's almost willfully blind to the consequences of this disaster, the biggest public policy disaster in Victoria's history.
Former Premier of Victoria, Jeff Kennett, has gone a step further, speaking on the Bolt report, saying that the Andrews government is responsible for the failures in hotel quarantine and ultimately the buck should stop with the Premier.
This is a sham. I just hope the former judge who has headed up this inquiry has the courage to say publicly, this is unacceptable. At the end of the day, the person with whom the buck stops, which is the Premier, is no longer a fit and proper person to lead this government.
We will, of course, have to wait 6 weeks until the final report is handed down. But in terms of reopening the inquiry, it is considered highly improbable, Pete.